Hey, what's up, YouTube? So today I'm doing a half up, half down on my client, and her hair is previously relaxed. And if you want to check out how to properly relax hair like a pro, watch the video before this one, or I'm gonna link it in this video. So anyway, let's move on. So I'm just parting out her half up, half down. So you always want to put, like, you don't want to part it straight across. You always want to part the hair a little bit on an angle, because that's gonna be her leave out for the ponytail. And then I'm also gonna part out the hair that I'm going to leave out to cover her tracks on the side. Now a lot of people like to do it with is no leave out. I just didn't want to do that today. And I just wanted to leave some hair out, because sometimes when it's growing out and you don't leave any leave out, and the person leaves it in for like longer than 2 weeks or something, it starts to show. So I just like to have a little bit of hair covering the track so that I can have some type of security for my client, because when they leave me, a lot of times they do not know what to do. But I only leave out a little bit. So as you can see, I'm parting out very little of the hair, and now I'm about to start the braid. So now with the braid, I'm gonna have to, because her hair is so freshly relaxed, and just let me just say this: when you relax your hair, it's not a good idea to get braids, because it's like, what's the point in putting a relaxer and then adding tension to your hair? But in this instance, I was not going to relax just the front and then leave the back. I hate that. I don't like when people perm just one part of their head and don't perm the other part. Like, if you're gonna relax your hair, relax the whole head. Don't relax your leave out and then leave the rest of your hair alone. Like, there's no point in giving your hair all these different textures and everything. So anyway, back to what I was doing, regular scheduled program. So anyway, yeah, I'm braiding it, and I like to lift the braid up and attach it to the next braid. I only do this with my half up, half down, but if I was doing a sewing, I would have an anchor braid at the bottom. But with this half up, half down, it was real quick and easy, so I just lift the braid up, and I just keep that same motion for the rest of the braids. Now I'm using some hair oil, and I will link this oil in the description box. My good girl, Kaima. Her name is Cayenne. I'ma link her oil in the description box so y'all can use it, because I use it for all my braid downs. I use it for all my clients. I love it. She lives in Atlanta, so if you're in the Atlanta area, go see my sis. She do braids, she do weaves, closures, frontals. She do Tiana Taylor hair, so she's lit. All right. Anyway, back to me, because this is what it's about. So you always want to start the braid on the anchor. You don't want to start the braid at the bottom. You always want to start it on the anchor, because you want it to fall coming forward. So you don't want to bring it too high, because you don't want the hair to overlap where the ponytail is at, but you want it to come up high enough to where that it falls in a certain way. Because when you're doing our hair is like falls in a circular motion, right? And maybe I might do a video later where I explain how hair is supposed to fall, but at this point right now we don't have time for that. So I'm gonna sew it. It should just be sewn in a U. So as you can see, I just keep sewing it in a U, and then as I get higher and higher, the U gets smaller and smaller. Okay, so that's how you should do it. You should lift the hair up high enough to where it's falling towards the head, and then you should start straightening up the U. Now I'm just taking some Got2b in my hot comb, and I'm just going like press those edges, the corners down, so that could be real flat, because new bundles always have like a little bend from the rubber band and stuff. So I'm just flattening it out so that I could just put that leave out on top, and it could just lay super flat and super seamless, which y'all gonna see in a second. Like, I'm the queen of sewings. All right, I'm an extension specialist. I get busy, okay, and I'm just showing y'all how busy I get. Now what you do on one side, you want to do to the other. So I'm just pressing it down, and as you can see, it's getting really, really flat, which I like. And this here is really full. So in the back, I think I put about 2.5 bundles, 3, but she got like 28, 26, and 20. Yeah, 226 and a 28. Came out really full. Looks really amazing. So now I'm just covering her hair with the leave out. Now, why I didn't part the leave out all the way across is because she's going to get a ponytail at the top. And a lot of times, if you try to leave out hair to cover the top tracks, it's pointless because that hair is going to get all tangled up and clients don't know what to do with it. So I only part out hair on the sides so I can cover those exposed tracks. You know, honestly, like lately I've just been feeling like doing hair. I love to do hair, but sometimes it gets stressful. Like sometimes standing on my feet for hours. Like today was one of those days where I stood on my feet for like 5 hours for one client. She got a relaxer, she got the half up, half down, and normally that's done in like, you know, it's nothing wrong with it, but it's like it's really tiring sometimes, and you don't get a chance to get a break because you want to get your client out and you want to get out of there, so you don't even find the time to stop and do what you want to do. And this is a process, guys. None of this is quick. Even down to like washing people's hair before they appointment. That's an extra hour and a half to wash people's hair. Honestly, if you shampoo a client, you're shampooing their hair in the machine for at least 30 to 40 minutes. That's a service in itself. Then you have the blow dry, which is about 30 to 40 minutes. Then whatever style they want. The style determines how much money you have to do that person's hair. So I know a lot of you like to talk about pricing, and lately it's been a big thing about how much stylists charge when it comes to their pricing. But in all reality, like we don't have a paycheck, and it's hard to stay on your feet for a long time. And I'm sure you guys can understand because if you have a job, any job you do, your labor is what you get paid for. Like all of the time that you're at work, that's what you get paid for. So when we get paid, we need to get paid for our time, the labor that we put in, especially the fact that we invest in our business, like by buying products. I have so many curl lines, flat lines, products, and I like to use high-end products. Everything that I'm using with my clients today are high-end client products, and I wouldn't have it any other way because my prices are going to reflect my service at the end of the day. I provide 100% full service, and I'm great with customer service. So my clients really, really come back all the time, and they always refer me to other people because of my customer service. So, you know, just take it easy on your stylist because they go through a lot, and tip. Yeah, tip. So back to the hair. So anyway, I'm just using a hot comb and running it through her hair because we just relaxed it, so she just running it through because she's getting a ponytail, and it's not that deep, right? So we just let it go. I like to get straight partings. My partings have to be perfect, so I take my time, and I'm terrible at parting, so it takes me a minute to part hair. Like I could part, but I don't like to, so it takes me a little minute, and it's all about seeing, like really taking your time and having a good eye for parting because it's annoying. Sometimes people's head have excess skin, and you might part it out, and then when you start doing the style, the part moves. It's like annoying. So yeah, now I'm using a hot comb to separate the hair out really good, and so it doesn't keep getting falling into my ponytail hair, and just getting them roots nice and slick. Yeah, nice and slick, just like that. It's gonna burn a little bit, but that's okay because beauty is pain. And if you didn't hear that before, you hearing it now. And that's my motto. So if I burn a client or something happens to my client, I let them know beauty is pain. It really is. Name a time when you went out. Name a time when you went out and you was trying to get cute and your feet wasn't hurting, or the dress you wore wasn't uncomfortable, or the skirt you wore wasn't uncomfortable, or the pants you wore wasn't uncomfortable, but you knew you were cute, so you wore it, right? Beauty is freaking pain. So, get with the program. So, as you can see, her edges are really thin, but we're gonna fix that. And there's other things you could do to combat the thin edges, but I didn't want to put any extra product on her hair because sometimes she likes to put edge control and stuff when she leaves me. And if I put any type of black edge control or anything, it looks really cakey and it doesn't look as clean. It makes it look a little chalky. So I'd rather not do that. I find that her having bangs just makes it a whole lot of the hell easier. And yeah, so if you have a client that has really thin hair, try to come up with some options for them to conceal it in a way. I like the clear roll. I like this clear roll stick, and I'm gonna put it in the description box on the bottom. So I might, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to make a video and show y'all how I hide edges with this certain product, but I'm not gonna use it on her hair today. I'm going to make a whole separate video. So be on the lookout of that. And if I don't post it, just remind me, y'all, in the comments, because sometimes I be getting sidetracked and my memory is terrible. If I don't do something right away, it's not gonna get done. It's not gonna get done because I be forgetting shit all the time, and I can't help it. I have my mind be all over the place, trying to focus on making these videos and being behind the chair, worrying about what I gotta do next, and then it's a lot, and then wigs on top of that, so it's a lot. Y'all don't even know, man. I be going through it sometimes. Sometimes I'll be like, damn, do I really want to do hair anymore? And then I will wake up in the middle of the night and start styling a wig. So it's I know it's a passion of mine. It's just sometimes I get discouraged or I get tired. I really just be burnt out, man. I find that making these videos and stuff is helping me just a little bit because I feel like it's making me feel like I have a purpose and I get excited about it. But this part, editing part, doing my voiceovers and stuff, this is the shit that is tiring because you gotta get it done. And it's it takes so many hours to do just to, first of all, I'm already gotta film and use up all the storage in my phone, and then I have to edit. It's I'm not complaining or nothing, but I'm just saying I wish that somebody could do it for me. And right now I can't afford that, so I'm just here doing it myself, trying to make shit happen. Anyway, let's just take a minute to acknowledge my cute ass outfit today. The blue. Man, cute today. And if y'all go to my Instagram at Sadie Styles, y'all can see my little selfies. I did my makeup and everything. It's prepared today for this shit. Okay? I was prepared. So anyway, I'm getting her ponytail nice and slick with some Got2b free spray, and I used a little bit of a wax stick on her edges because it was getting dry. And wax is okay when you're doing a ponytail because I actually use wax on my ponytails, which I will be making a video very soon on a ponytail because I have to do one for this client's birthday this weekend. So I'm gonna be doing a ponytail with some sick baby hairs, okay? And I'm not a big fan of baby hairs, so it's not gonna be crazy, but it's gonna be cute on me. But now I'm just adding some height. Listen, when you get the scrunchies, stretchable. And then I add some height with some rubber bands. But this method that I'm doing right now is so dope. And I'm putting y'all on if y'all have never seen anyone do ponytails like this. I do not feel like braiding her hair, adding extensions. The ponytail does not need extensions because she already has super long hair. She doesn't need her ponytail to be super long too. So, and her hair is long enough. So, I don't even know what she was so weak about, why we was laughing so hard, but that's my girl, so we laugh about everything. Anyway, so as you can see the rubber band method, you want to use the rubber bands as anchors so you don't have to put a braid. So I just keep stacking the rubber bands every half an inch. so that I could sew in between the rubber bands in place of doing a braid. Okay, so as you can see, I'm at the top. I leave out just the ends a little bit, and then I start to sew. Alright, it's time for the bangs. Now, I'm doing 2 bangs so that we can cover up the edges on the side. And plus, she likes it. She likes the 2 bangs. And I hate doing swoops. I will do it, but I hate it. So I'm happy that she went with the bangs. So I'm just parting it in the middle, trying to get a part as straight as I can and as even as I can, because you want to make sure that the hair falls a certain way. And I'm just going to use the hot comb to get that hair really separated and make sure that it falls in the direction that I want it to. So now I'm about to start gluing tracks in, but you always want to part it on an angle and make sure that the angle is facing you, like coming towards you. So you can see that it looks like a little triangle. Or like the line was coming, like if I stand behind her, it would be like coming towards me, so that the hair can fall to the side and not straight forward, because you don't want it to fall on her face. You want it to fall to the side to cover up her edges. And I'm just cutting little pieces of track to fit right underneath. You don't want to cut it too wide. You want to cut it right and like right small enough to fit between the hair so that the hair covers. Now I'm all done with both sides of the bangs, and it's time to clean it up. And I'm just going to spray some Got2b, make sure that those tracks is covered up really nice, make sure that part is super straight, because we don't need any imperfections. We want people to be like, oh my god, who did your hair? Who did your hair? That looks amazing. So I'm just cleaning it up with some Got2b, like I said before, and just combing it to the direction that I want it to be, and cleaning up my ponytail, because I don't want to have to go back and do anything over. Now I'm just using a razor comb and cutting it, because she wants it long and it looks really cute when it's long. We're just going to use the razor comb and take off hair lightly. We don't want to just use the razor comb so fast, because once you take the hair off, there's no going back. And you just want to make the ends a little bit thin to give it some layering, and then that's it. Now I'm going to sew in this ponytail, and this part is self-explanatory, but for those of the girls that don't get it, let me just tell you, I'm going around in circles, and you want it to be as thick as it can. She has about 1 bundle left, so 1.5 bundles left, and so I'm just going around that first right above that first rubber band, and I like to layer it on top of each other so it's not so thin, the ponytail. So I just keep wrapping it around. You don't want to puncture the rubber band, because if you puncture the rubber band, then it's like it'll slide down a little bit, and you don't want that. Like, it won't take, the ponytail won't come out, but it will slide down a little bit, because like I said, I put the rubber bands a 1/2 inch apart, so you don't want to have 1 inch of hair and then you sewed it in, and it's just like, now it's like sliding down a little bit. I wish I can give you a visual, but I can't, so just don't puncture the rubber bands. Okay, now that I'm done putting the ponytail in, it's time to wrap it so you could close the ponytail up Now I'm just going to take a little bit of hair from the back and section it out, and then I'm going to use some Bold Hold liquid golds. Now I used to use Got To Be gel a lot. I still do, but I ran out, so I use my Bold Hold liquid gold, and I love it. It's like, it has a really strong hold, and it does the same thing as Got To Be. But one thing I do know about Bold Hold liquid gold is that it's owned by the Hair Diagram, and she's a black woman, and I love her. She gives so much knowledge. Besides her being really popular on social media, she's a licensed hairstylist, and she's been in the game a long time. She has a lot of knowledge under her belt, and that's one person I trust. I do not subscribe to the University of YouTube when I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. I subscribe to women that are in the industry, whether they have a huge following or not, because they have way more knowledge on hair than some people that are self-taught, and some things you just cannot self-teach, because hair is deeper than you knowing how to do a ponytail, because it's all about hair care for me. It's all about making sure that people's hair are, even if it's in a protective style, when they take that style out, like, they need to be able to have hair when they're done. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, putting a ponytail in and it being too tight and then you get in a bald spot, that's a no-no. So, yes, I love the liquid gold. The Bold Hold liquid gold is really good. It's not so sticky. I can still manipulate the hair if I make a mistake. So, and it doesn't leave any type of cast or white flakes or anything like that. I really like it. I even use it when I'm before I put a cap on with my clients. I like to use that to pull the edges back, because it has a really strong hold, and it's more of a it's more slimy than it is jelly. And that's what Got To Be is. Got To Be is a gel. It's just like it's a gel. And that's not always good, because gel is made of protein, and too much protein will make your hair break. And so a lot of people will be like, oh, the frontal is making my hair break, or whatever the case may be, but they haven't considered the fact that they're using gel, and they might be using it too much. And when you have too much protein in your hair, it makes your hair snap. Protein makes your hair hard, and that's what happens. So I'm done wrapping it, and I'm just gonna seal it with some freeze spray, because I just needed to have some extra security. Because one thing about the liquid gold is, like, it takes a little while to dry. I just needed a little bit more alcohol content to really seal it. And sometimes I even use hair glue on the ends. Look at this girl. She's ridiculous with the popcorn. Anyway, I like to use some hair glue sometimes on the ends. When I'm done, to seal it so that it really doesn't come out. Like, that is like the ultimate seal, is hair glue. You take a little bit on the back of your hand and you put it right at the back, or where you close the ponytail up at, and it will not come out. So you know how sometimes you wrap it and then it slips or it unravels? It will not unravel, okay? I didn't do that today because I didn't feel like I needed to, but I normally always do that. So now I'm just detangling the ponytail or whatever after I finish my wrap. And this trick that I like to use to make my ponytail stand up, because we didn't want to really do it high, sometimes it feels like it's a little bit like it's not tight enough and it's like leaning back, and you don't want that. So I give it some extra security. And then this method that I'm about to show you right now is about to change your ponytail game, okay? Not only should you use liquid gold, but just give it a second, because I'm about to put y'all on to what I do to my ponytails to really make them sit up. And if you've ever sat in my chair or you go to my Instagram page, you can see like my princess ponytails. I don't call them a princess ponytail, I just like the way they look. They really sit up and they really stay sturdy. So I like to bend the ponytail right to as high as I want it, and I take a piece of thread with a needle and I triple tie it, and I stick the needle through the ponytail and the base. Not really the base, but I kind of like if you can see, I stick it in the back of the ponytail. I pinch it together, the ponytail and where I want it to stay, and I bring it out the front. Now this is a little bit hard and it hurts a little bit, but it's worth it. And then I'm gonna stick it back through. So I do that a few times so that the ponytail stays at a certain height that I want it without having to keep wrapping it and wrapping it and wrapping it. Now I'm just gonna put it through like 1 or 2 more times. Sometimes if it don't feel tight enough, or I miss the pony part and I stick it wrong, I will do it again. I don't care how many times you gotta stick that needle through. Do it until it feels nice and tight, okay? And then you want to pull it really, really, really hard so that it can stay, and then you could tie the knot and close it up. Now right here, I'm just gonna it's with doing that method, you have to use a Denman brush to like comb some of the hair out, because it will, you know, kind of sew the hair down a little bit. That's why when you bringing it in and out, you want to kind of bring it in the same way you took it out. Pause. Should I even be saying pause? Whatever. Anyway, you know, I'm just not trying to be nasty, but what I'm saying is you know, you gotta brush the hair out. You have to brush it out and get really and take some of the hair out of the thread that you went in and out of the ponytail with. Okay, we're almost done. I'm about to flat iron and curl her hair. And I know you guys have been rocking with me for the last 25 minutes or more. And I really appreciate it. And if you're still here, I hope that you like this video by now. Like, there's no reason why you should be here right now and not have liked this video already. If you are here right now and you didn't like the video, I mean, I know I'm still new at this and I don't have much content to give you guys, but it's coming. And I need y'all to subscribe and everything so that y'all can know when I'm about to drop a new video, because now that I'm here to stay. Your girl's not going nowhere. I'm here to stay. I'm gonna be a household name really soon. Like, I'm gonna get on y'all nerves on YouTube. And if you a YouTuber like that, comment. I want to get to know the family and everybody. But let me get back into what I got going on with this hair. So if you didn't catch that, I was using Got To Be spray on the bundles to flat iron it, because it's going to give you the silkiest press ever. And if you haven't been using hairspray to flat iron your weave or your bundles, start doing it today. Start doing it today. I'm not going to say it again, okay? Start doing it today. And I said it again. See, that's one too many times that I gotta talk to y'all, and I don't appreciate that. Act like you know, all right? So I'm just smoothing it out, putting a little bit of shine on it, and I'm gonna put all the products that I use in the description, because I don't want to answer these questions later. I don't care if I get 1 comment or 2 comments. I'm going to put all the products in the description, and some of them might have links, because I sell them on my website. I sell a host of products and wigs and frontals and hot tools and accessories. Check it out at chicbythelayers.com. But anyway, let's get into this hair. And I love it. I hope she loved it. It came out amazing. You could really see how sleek it is and how the bangs really can hide your edges, so that you don't have to put any extra product. She can actually pull her bangs closer to the side. I wish I would have got some photos of this instead of videos, but it looked great. Like I said before, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and visit me on Instagram at Sadie Styles and check out some of my work. And if you're in the New York area or you live in Brooklyn, put a comment down below and put hashtag Brooklyn and book an appointment and come see me. All right, y'all. Later.